GM, GM. So, I've just started speaking and realized there's a mad echo here. So it's fucking 4:48 a.m. UTC. It is Friday, the 24th, I think, of November. I'm half asleep and I'm in a fucking airport. So, let's do daily levels. Don't want to miss it. Might be traveling the rest of the day, so want to make sure I get it up in the morning. Earlier is better than later for me to post this, right? Bitcoin, how's it looking? Fine. So, talked about this, I think, yesterday, saying that basically, if we ended up not breaking out Tuesday, Wednesday, then it was unlikely to go up. And as Professor Ayush said, 36K would act as support, rock solid support. We touched into that first liquidity zone that I had marked, and that's it. That's where we are. Now, what happens here? Who knows? My theory about the options expiry, which isn't really a theory. I mean, when you get close to options expiry, pretty much every time this kind of thing does happen, where the closer you get to it, the less volatility you have. And so, in about 3 hours' time, we have the Deribit options expiry. Then we have the CME options expiry later on at 4 p.m. London time, which is, I think, UTC at the moment, I think. And this doesn't mean that like price is going to suddenly get super volatile after 8 a.m., but it might, right? It might be a case that 36K and 38K were pinning us. And once that's passed, there's less incentive for whoever's holding the market to hold the market. Now, again, without putting splinters in my ass, I'm not sitting on the fence to say that that could go down or up. Because 36K got defended, 38K has been defended multiple times. So your question becomes, well, what's the prevailing trend? The trend's up. That's good. Is there still reason to be bullish Bitcoin? Absolutely. Don't diddle in the middle. Prescient advice. And yeah, I think you then have to go and look at positioning. How are people positioned? Because it's not, I mean, it's not exactly groundbreaking to say that Bitcoin's going to go to 40K from here. It just keeps bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, keeps holding up strong. You put the 4 hour on, it's just consolidating top right hand corner of this box. It just, if we fucking blast out, it's going to look super obvious in hindsight. I'm long, I'm still long, I've stayed long. I closed one of the trades I took yesterday, took that sweep. I actually closed it. We've actually bounced up quite nice. But my 35 and 35.7 longs are still open. So, other than some stop hunts, I think Bitcoin will make a run for those highs. But I want to take a look at the data here. So, each time people get too excited into resistance, we've been flushing them out, right? Down it goes, flush them out. Pushed up again towards resistance. Open interest makes its way up, right? Gets too excited, flush them out. So how's it looking now? We've pushed up again into resistance. We're sitting up there at resistance. OI popped up a bit, dropped off a little, staying kind of steady. But OI is at this level where it's been flushing from, right? When OI gets up to there and price is up at resistance, we flush it out again. So that would give me a little bit of, just a cause for slight concern. A lot of positions opened here, 6.66 up to 7.1. So we've got like we've got half a billion of fresh positions. And from the bottom, we've opened, half a billion fresh positions. Are they going to get free ride to break out? Don't know. It's definitely one of those interesting situations. Now, this is the most bullish we've looked at resistance. If you're just taking purely price action, this was an inefficient move up, right? That couldn't sustain. Very bearish, bearish pattern, right? This was a rounded top, right? Looked all right for a bit here. As soon as that broke, warning sign, get out. Now this, push with resistance, and then just compressing, sort of, well, not really even like that, sort of just like a bull flag. So now, of course, that could mean that we go for another sweep, and then away we go. First breakout might fail, pop back down, away we go. Hard to know. The way I put it is, I wouldn't necessarily feel all that great about getting long here. Doesn't seem to be much edge. However, I'm long from lower, and I'm happy to stay long. I think that's kind of how I'm viewing it. So put on these EMAs. I mean, price just held them nicely. 50 is above 100, which is above 200. That's all the stuff you need for a breakout to occur. And with that in mind, though, you definitely don't want to see price coming down much. Maybe touches the 50 again. That's it, right? But you don't really want to see much more than that. You want to see that, and then just away it goes. For this to actually be the start of any kind of decent, strong trend, that's what you ideally want to see. 50 MA, yeah, similar kind of area. So we're not on a strong trend yet, obviously. We are consolidating up at the top right corner of the box or towards the top right corner of resistance. I think Bitcoin wants to eventually go and tap this liquidity. Will it happen today? Possibly. I think maybe we might see some volatility around the Deribit expiry at 8 a.m., but then we have the CME expiry for options at the end of the day, so 4 p.m. UTC. Maybe we don't see any move until then. But Deribit have the biggest options volume by open interest, or options, volumes. So I'll be keeping an eye on both, see how it goes. And that's it. GM, see you all later. I think due to traveling, etc., I will stream at 7 or 8 p.m. UTC, I think. I'll let you know during the day. Just don't know my schedule yet fully, but there will be a stream as always. GM. Talk then.